Hi, it's Nancy Lynn Ruth with unblockresults.com. I want you to think about the last time you had some extra money. Not just a little. I'm not talking about an extra 20 you found in your jacket pocket. I'm talking about a significant amount here. Maybe you had a new program or product that you offered and it did really well. Or you had a flood of new people who were referred to you all at once. Or maybe you just had a big month in your business for no special reason. What happened? If you're like most people, that extra money just went away. It could have been that an unexpected bill came in, or you spent it on something good, maybe like a training, or, and this happens quite frequently, the next month or two or three, you had less income, sometimes a lot less. It's not just you. This happens all the time. If you want a really big example of this happening, look at all those stories of lottery winners who end up in a few years with all their millions gone. Often they're in worse financial shape than they were before they won. Why does this happen? Well, I'll give you two reasons, and usually they're connected. It's because having that extra money, it doesn't match how those lottery winners or you see yourself. And two, that extra money can conflict with internalized subconscious beliefs around having money. I call those subconscious beliefs success blocks, and they can come from all sorts of different sources. Let me give you three examples here. Maybe you have a subconscious belief that rich people are greedy, or cruel, or evil. Now, consciously, you probably know that's not true. Yes, there are some rich people who do really bad things, but there are some rich people who put huge amounts of their money into really good causes, and they're just good people, right? Whether someone is good or bad really doesn't have anything to do with how much money they have. The money just amplifies who they already are. And you know that consciously, but that subconscious belief about bad rich people, wherever it comes from, gets triggered. And it can come from all sorts of places, from how your parents talked about people with more money when you were growing up, or from some rich, mean kids at school that you had to deal with day to day, or maybe from TV shows with really nasty rich people, and there's a ton of those out there. So that subconscious fear of becoming a horrible rich person has actually been running the show, even when consciously you know that's not really what's going on. Okay? And that subconscious fear has been keeping you safe from getting anywhere close to being rich. Or maybe you have you've internalized a success block that having money isn't safe. I've had numerous clients who've had that belief that they'll be rejected if they have more money by friends or family or the community. And that can be true or false. Doesn't really matter. That belief, that subconscious block can get triggered. Some clients have the belief that they'll be targeted by people looking for a piece of them. And even if they know they can protect themselves, that belief still gets in the way of letting and keeping more money. They just can't get rid of the excess money fast enough. I've seen this kind of block come from family stories of a rich relative who lost it all when, say, the government took it away, or the economy changed and they lost the factory, or the relative's mental illness took the family through a severe financial drop. Might be that you have a money ceiling, an amount that fits the lifestyle you grew up with. This happens so frequently. I think maybe almost everybody has a money ceiling. And if you've got that money ceiling, even though you're capable of bringing in more, your subconscious puts the brakes on whenever you start to see more coming in, so you can come back to an amount below that ceiling. This is why so many business owners have some really low months right after they've had their best month ever. They've broken through their money ceiling, but that ceiling is still there. And so it forces them to make less for a while to come back in line with what their subconscious picture is of how they're supposed to live. So maybe they put a pause on their marketing, or they slow down work that's already in process, or they delay sending out their bills, something so that they have less money coming in. And it doesn't have to be a conscious action. It can just seem to happen. And what can happen then, if that happens more than once, you can start to actually fear having a big month in your business because you've seen the drought that comes after it. Now, if you want to know more about this, go ahead and check out Gay Hendricks' book. It's The Big Leap. I might have recommended this before. It's a really good one. It doesn't talk about tapping, but it really gets into his concept of having an upper limit, what I've been calling a money ceiling. He'll have an upper limit on finances or success or relationship. I think those are his three big silos that he talks about having upper limits on. Okay, so if you've been through enough of these types of experiences where the extra money just goes away, you may start to see yourself consciously, not subconsciously, but consciously as I'm just no good with money, or I'm a bad business person, or maybe you see yourself as just unlucky. But it's really none of those things. It's just that your subconscious needs to be changed. And I've done that with lots of clients. Let me tell you how I do it. First, we identify and release the negative subconscious blocks around money, like those I've just described above, or there's other ones as well too. Once we've released those subconscious blocks, we create a new identity, a new picture of who they are with more money, and they can internalize that. Now, I'll tell you, there are people out there, coaches, gurus, trainers, who will tell you that you can start by changing your internalized identity. That's what you do. And it can work. It can work as long as your subconscious success blocks around money aren't particularly powerful. But what I've seen is if those subconscious blocks are strong and you don't clear them out first, that new mental picture you're trying to create, it's just not going to stick. So that's why I start with the identifying and releasing those old blocks. And of course, I do that with tapping. If you know me at all, you know that I'm going to be doing that with tapping. For that matter, I use tapping to internalize the new identity too. It makes the process more powerful so that picture sticks. Then, with those old blocks gone and the new identity internalized, my clients let the money in and they keep it. They actually accept the extra money that they've been consciously wishing for. They accept it subconsciously too, and that new level of income becomes their new normal. So they no longer get nervous when the additional money comes in. So, do you find yourself a little nervous when you get extra money? Do you feel like you can't keep what you earn or sustain that higher level of income? If that's happening with you, look for the subconscious success blocks that are there. Go ahead and release those using tapping, and then internalize that new version of yourself, one that matches the you want to be. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and take my Uncover Your Success Blocks quiz. It's easy, it's short. You'll find out whether you have financial success blocks, or visibility blocks, or other mindset blocks for that matter. And then you're going to get access to 3 free tap-along videos that'll get you started releasing some common success blocks. To do that, you just go to unblockresults.com/QZ. QZ for quiz, right? Okay. And get started tapping and releasing those success blocks. Till I see you again, happy tapping.